My beloved child, before this day begins, before the sun fully rises and the noise of the world surrounds you, I want you to pause and lift your soul to me. You do not need to have the right words, nor do you need to understand everything that troubles your heart. Just breathe and let your spirit reach toward mine. I am here. I have always been here. You don't need to search for me in the distance, for I am closer than the very breath that fills your lungs. I know the weight you carried this morning, the quiet worries, the thoughts that run through your mind before the world awakens. I see the things you try to hide, even from yourself. But my love does not turn away from your weakness. It leans in. It meets you there, right where you are. You do not have to be strong before coming to me. Bring me your exhaustion, your fears, your doubts. I do not need your perfection. I want your presence. I long for the honesty of your heart more than the beauty of your words. When you lift your soul to me, you are not lifting empty air. You are giving me permission to breathe peace into the chaos inside you. Let go of trying to fix everything alone. You were never meant to carry the world on your shoulders. Let me be your rest. Let me take the heaviness that you've been trying to hide behind your smile. You think you need answers before you can rest, but rest comes first and then the answers follow. My guidance does not begin with a map. It begins with surrender. Do not fear what you cannot see, for I am already there. The road ahead may twist and bend, but I hold every step in my hands. If you could only see the care with which I've woven your path, you would never again doubt my heart. I am not a distant God who watches from afar. I am your shepherd, walking beside you through every valley and every sunrise. So today, my child, trust me with your beginning. Trust me with what you cannot control. Lay down your worries before me like stones you no longer need to carry. In the quiet of this morning, whisper, Lord, I lift my soul to you. That whisper is enough to move heaven. I do not measure your faith by how loud you pray, but by how willing you are to let go. When you let go, I can take over. When you trust, I can transform. Every tear you've cried, every sleepless night, every silent battle, I've seen them all. None of it has been wasted. I am turning your confusion into clarity, your fear into peace, your waiting into preparation. You may not see the whole picture yet, but I do. I see how every delay, every closed door, every unanswered question fits perfectly into the story I'm writing for you. This morning, I'm not asking you to figure out what's next. I'm asking you to rest in me. I will guide you, not where you want to go, but where you need to be. My child, you are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where you need to be for me to reach you, to teach you, and to heal you. So take a deep breath now. Feel my peace surrounding you like the warmth of sunlight touching your face. The day ahead may bring noise, but let this quiet moment be your anchor. You are safe in me. You are seen by me. You are loved beyond measure. Lift your soul and let me lead. This is where peace begins. Not in control, but in trust. And as this day unfolds, remember, every step you take is watched over by a love that never sleeps. My precious child, now that your heart has lifted itself toward me, I want you to take another gentle step, the step of trust. Trust is not something you force. It is something you allow. It grows in the quiet places where fear once lived. It begins when you stop trying to see everything ahead and start resting in the fact that I already do. You often ask me, Lord, what should I do next? But before I answer that question, I want you to know who I am, because when you truly know my heart, you will never again fear my path. You think that peace will come when you understand everything? But peace actually comes when you trust me, even when you understand nothing. My ways are higher, but they are not cruel. My timing is slower, but it is not careless. I do not delay to punish you. I wait to prepare you. There are things you ask for that I hold back, not because I'm denying you, but because I am protecting you. If only you could see what I see, the dangers hidden behind what you thought was a blessing, the pain that would come from getting what you weren't ready to hold, you would thank me for every not yet. I know how hard it is to wait when your heart aches for direction. You feel like you're standing still while others move forward, but my child, you are not standing still. You are standing with me. Waiting is not wasted time when you wait in my presence. It is holy ground. It is where your roots grow deep enough to hold the blessings I'm preparing for you. Trust me beyond what you see. When you cannot trace my hand, trust my heart. When doors close, do not think I have turned away. Sometimes I close doors because what's behind them would steal your peace. Sometimes I allow silence because you need to hear your own soul more clearly. I am not punishing you by being quiet. I am inviting you to listen deeper. Do you remember the nights you cried yourself to sleep thinking I had forgotten? I was there, right there beside you, collecting every tear. None of your pain disappeared into nothing. It became part of the lesson, part of the shaping. Trust is built in these unseen moments. Just as a seed grows in the dark soil before it breaks through the light, your faith is growing in the places no one else can see. You say, Lord, I can't see the way. And I whisper, because I am the way. You say, I don't understand what you're doing. And I answer, you don't need to understand. You just need to walk with me. I am not asking for your perfection. I'm asking for your permission. Permission to lead you, to surprise you, to guide you down roads that don't always make sense, but always make you stronger. If you could see how my hand moves behind the curtain of time, you would never again doubt my goodness. Every delay has a purpose. Every unanswered prayer has hidden mercy within it. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. You are not forgotten, you are being formed. My silence is not absence, it is a space where your faith can breathe and stretch. So when confusion comes and it will look up instead of around, when worry whispers, what if, let faith answer, even then, I am not the God of your imagination. I am the God of reality, present, patient, faithful. I do not ask you to walk by sight because I know sight will fail you. I ask you to walk by faith because faith will carry you through every shadow. My child, stop trying to read the whole story when you're still on one page. Trust the author. I am writing something that you cannot yet imagine, something beautiful, something eternal, something worth every moment of waiting. You don't have to understand the next chapter to trust that it'll be good. You only need to know that I am good. So breathe again, don't rush ahead, don't look back and regret. Just take this next step with me. Slow, steady, simple. Let trust become the rhythm of your heart today. Say quietly, God, I don't know where this path leads, but I know you lead it. And that, my beloved, is enough. Because when you trust beyond what you see, you will find that I was never leading you to a destination. I was leading you to me. My beloved child, now that you've begun to trust me beyond what you can see, I want to lead you into something deeper, something that unlocks peace in every corner of your heart. It is called surrender. Do not think of surrender as defeat. In my kingdom, surrender is not losing, it's winning differently. It's laying down the burden of control and receiving the freedom of trust. You have spent so much time trying to hold everything together, the people you love, the plans you made, the image you built of who you should be. But my child, your hands were never meant to carry what only my hands can hold. When you surrender, you are not giving up, you are giving over. You are handing me what you cannot fix, cannot understand, cannot control. You are saying, God, I can't, but you can. And that is where true strength begins. The world tells you to fight harder, to try more, to never let go. But I tell you, let go and know that I am God. Letting go does not mean doing nothing. It means doing only what depends on you and leaving the rest to me. It means trusting that I am already working in ways you cannot see. When you release your grip on the outcome, you make room for miracles. I cannot fill a hand that is already full. So open your hands, my child. Release what you've been clinging to, the past you can't change, the people you can't control, the fears that keep whispering lies into your heart. Let them go. Surrender does not happen all at once. Sometimes it happens in small breaths. 1,000 little moments where you whisper, Lord, I give this to you, and I take it each time. I do not grow tired of your weakness. I meet you in it. I do not roll my eyes when you fall again. I reach down to lift you. Every time you surrender, you are coming closer to peace, closer to me. Leave your amen in the comments and your like so that your life may be even more blessed. You see, surrender is not about losing direction, it's about finding mine. I don't just want to take away your pain. I want to walk with you through it. I want to teach you how to rest even when the storm hasn't stopped. When you surrender, I can calm not only the waves around you, but also the waves inside you. Do not fear the unknown. You fear it because you think you will walk through it alone, but I am already there. Before you take your next breath, I have already gone ahead to prepare the way. When you surrender, you step into that truth. You step into my timing, my wisdom, my protection. Every closed door, every redirection, every delay, they are not punishments. They are proof that I love you too much to let you settle for less than what I planned for you. There will be days when surrender feels like breaking, when your heart aches and you think, God, I don't know how to keep going. In those moments, do not hide from me. Come closer. Cry if you need to. Your tears are prayers that do not need words. Each one is heard. Each one is held. You never cry alone. When you surrender, you are not losing your identity, you are rediscovering it. You are remembering that you are not the architect of your life. You are the beloved child of the one who designed it. You are remembering that your worth does not depend on what you can control, but on who you belong to. You belong to me. You are mine, chosen, loved, and safe. So today, stop fighting the current. Stop trying to swim upstream against what I'm doing in your life. Let me carry you. Rest your soul in my flow. The water may feel deep, but I will never let you drown. You don't need to know where the river leads. You only need to know who guides it. If you could see what happens in the unseen when you surrender, you would fall to your knees in awe. The moment you let go, angels move, hearts soften, paths align. What felt like chaos begins to make sense in my time. I am not waiting for you to be perfect. I am waiting for you to be open. So take this moment now, my beloved, and whisper again, Lord, I surrender. Say it slowly, feel the weight leaving your chest. Feel my peace replacing your fear. This is how healing begins, not by doing more, but by letting me do what you cannot. Surrender is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is the doorway to freedom, the path to joy, the heartbeat of faith. Let go of your need to understand and hold on to your need for me. Because when you truly surrender, you will discover that I was never asking you to lose control. I was inviting you to trust the one who never loses it. My precious child, now that your heart has learned to surrender, I want to remind you of something that has always been true. My mercy has never forgotten you. Even in the moments when you felt furthest from me, when guilt whispered that you had gone too far, when shame made you hide your face, I was there, remembering you through love that never fades. You see, my mercy is not a reaction to your goodness. It is a reflection of mine. It is not earned, bargained for, or deserved. Mercy simply is. It flows from who I am, endless, patient, and kind. When you fall, mercy bends down to lift you. When you wander, mercy calls you by name. When you think your story is over, mercy turns the page and begins again. You have carried memories that ache, choices that you regret, words you wish you could take back, seasons you wish had gone differently. But my beloved, I do not measure you by your mistakes. I measure you by my mercy, and mercy never runs out. There are times when you ask, Lord, how can you still love me after everything I've done? And I whisper, because I never stopped. My love is not blind to your faults. It sees them clearly and covers them completely. I remember every wound you've endured, every battle you've fought in silence, and every prayer you've prayed through tears. Nothing is hidden from me, and yet nothing you've done has made me turn away. When David prayed, remember not the sins of my youth, Lord, he wasn't asking me to forget. He was asking me to forgive, and forgiveness is what mercy loves to do. Mercy rewrites history. It takes the stains of the past and turns them into stories of redemption. It turns guilt into gratitude and scars into testimonies. There are things in your life that you still hold against yourself, but I want you to know this truth. What you keep remembering in shame, I already covered in grace. I do not see you through the lens of your failure. I see you through the lens of the cross. And the blood of my son did not just wash away your sin, it washed away the right of your past to define you. So stop replaying the pain of yesterday. It is not your home anymore. Do not keep walking back into the prison I already unlocked. When I said it is finished, I meant it. You are free. You are forgiven. You are mine. I know you still struggle with the voice of guilt that says, I'm not worthy. But child, worth is not something you earn. It's something I gave you the moment I breathed life into you. You were worth my creation, worth my protection, worth the cross. That is how deeply I love you. My mercy does not just erase sin. It restores identity. Every morning when you wake up, my mercy wakes with you. It meets you before your feet touch the floor. It wraps itself around your day before you even ask. You may fail again, but mercy will be there again. Not because I excuse sin, but because I see your heart. You are learning. You are growing. And I am proud of how far you've come, even if you can't see it yet. When you bring your brokenness to me, I do not recoil, I rejoice. Because it means you trust my love enough to let me see the real you. You think your weakness makes you unworthy, but your honesty makes you beautiful to me. The moment you come to me in truth, mercy runs faster than your shame. Do not let the enemy tell you that your past disqualifies your future. Your past is the soil from which your purpose will grow. Every time mercy touches your life, something new begins to bloom. Patience, compassion, understanding, humility. These are the flowers of a heart that has been forgiven. So, my child, take a deep breath right now. Release the weight of your regret into my hands. Whisper quietly, Lord, I receive your mercy. Let those words wash over your soul like gentle rain. You do not have to pay for what has already been paid. You do not have to carry what I have already carried. Let mercy become your mirror. When you look at yourself, don't see the person who failed, see the person who was found. Don't see the sin, see the salvation. Don't see what you've lost, see what I'm restoring. And when you start to remember your past, remember it differently. Remember it as the place where mercy met you, where love found you, where grace began to rewrite your story. That is what I want you to carry forward. Not guilt, but gratitude. Not shame, but strength. Not the memory of what you were, but the promise of what you were becoming. My beloved, my mercy remembers you not for what you've done, but for who you are. Mine, forever, always. Leave your amen in the comments and your like so that your life may be even more blessed. My beloved child, now that mercy has reminded you who you are, forgiven, whole and deeply loved, I want you to rest in another truth. You are being guided by my hand. You are not walking through life by chance or accident. Every step, every turn, every moment that confuses you is still held within my perfect plan. Nothing about your journey has escaped my eyes. I know you often wonder if you're on the right path. You question the decisions you've made, the doors that opened, and the ones that closed without reason. You whisper, Lord, am I really where I'm supposed to be? And my answer is gentle but sure, yes. You are exactly where I can reach you, teach you, and prepare you for what comes next. Even the detours you thought were delays were part of my design. I have been guiding you all along, even in the moments when you couldn't feel me near. My hand doesn't always pull. Sometimes it protects, sometimes it redirects. Sometimes it simply rests over you as a reminder that you're never alone. You see, guidance is not only about where you go, it's about who you become while you walk with me. You ask me for clarity, but I give you trust. You ask for a map, but I give you my hand. Because I don't want you to just know the way. I want you to know me when you hold onto my hand. Even if you can't see the road, you can still walk in peace. The journey becomes less about control and more about communion. Less about arriving and more about abiding. My hand has been there since the beginning, when you took your first breath, when you faced your first heartbreak, when you thought you couldn't get back up again. I was there, steady and faithful, holding what you couldn't hold yourself. Every scar on your heart, every tear you've cried has been touched by my compassion. I have guided you through storms that would have drowned you without my strength. And though you may not realize it, I've also kept you from paths that would have broken you. You see, I don't just lead you toward blessings. I lead you away from harm. Sometimes my guidance looks like loss because you can't yet see what I'm protecting you from. But trust me, my child, I never take without purpose. I never close one door without preparing another. Every no you've received was a gentle redirection toward a better yes. My guidance is quiet because I want you to learn to recognize my whisper. I don't shout above the noise of the world, I speak softly to your heart. You will find my direction not in the chaos, but in the calm. That's why I keep calling you to stillness. When your mind is racing, when you're trying to figure everything out, stop for a moment and breathe. In that quiet breath, I will speak. You don't have to beg to hear me, you just have to listen. Do not be afraid of taking a wrong step. Even if you wander, my hand can still reach you. My guidance is not fragile. It does not depend on your perfection, but on my promise. I can turn your mistakes into lessons, your failures into wisdom, your confusion into clarity. I can make crooked paths straight. What matters is not that you never fall, it's that you never walk alone. There will be days when you feel lost again, when your plans crumble and the road ahead seems covered in fog. In those moments, remember this. My hand is still holding yours. You don't have to see the destination to know you're safe. You only have to keep walking. The step you take in faith is never wasted. Even when you can't see the next one, take it anyway. I am there, lighting the path as you go. You think guidance is about direction, but it's really about connection. The more connected you are to me, the less you'll worry about where you're going. When your heart stays close to mine, you'll find that the path unfolds naturally. You won't have to chase blessings. They will flow into your life as you walk in rhythm with my will. So let go of the need to know how it will all work out. You don't have to know because I do. You don't have to plan every detail because I already have. You don't have to fear what's next because my hand will still be there when you get there. Let today be simple. Just hold on to me. When you wake up, whisper, Lord, guide me today. When fear tries to lead you, say your hand, not mine. When doubt tries to speak louder, remember, I am already ahead of you, clearing the path. My hand will never fail you. It is steady in chaos, firm in storms, gentle in sorrow, and strong in weakness. And as long as you let me guide you, you will never truly be lost. You are walking not just toward something, but with someone. You are walking with me, and that, my child, is the safest place in all creation. My beloved child, now that you have learned to trust my hand guiding your path, I want to teach you something even deeper, how to keep your eyes fixed on the light, because no matter how strong your faith is, there will always come days when the darkness tries to steal your peace. On those days, your focus will decide your freedom. Do you remember when Peter walked on the water toward my son? The moment his eyes stayed on Jesus, he stood above the storm. But when he looked at the waves, he began to sink. It wasn't the water that swallowed him, it was the fear. The same is true for you. Fear grows wherever your eyes wander away from me, but peace lives wherever you look toward me. There will always be storms, my child, moments when life feels heavy and certain and using. There will be days when nothing makes sense, when prayers seem unanswered, when silence feels louder than my promises. But I want you to remember this truth. The direction of your gaze determines the direction of your heart. If your eyes stay on the darkness, your spirit will follow it. But if your eyes stay on the light, on me, even the deepest night will glow with peace. You don't have to pretend that the storm doesn't exist. I never asked you to close your eyes to pain. What I ask is that you don't let pain become your focus. I know it's hard to keep looking up when the world around you is falling apart. But child, the light you look toward is stronger than any shadow you walk through. My presence doesn't remove the storm. It steadies you inside it. Every time your mind starts to spiral in fear, stop for a moment and breathe. Lift your eyes, even if it's just a whisper in your heart. Lord, I'm looking at you. You'll feel something shift, not always around you, but within you. That shift is faith taking its place again. That is peace returning to its home. You may not realize it, but every time you choose to focus on me instead of your fears, heaven notices. The angels see it. The enemy flees from it, because a heart that looks to me cannot be defeated. The storm may roar, but it cannot drown a soul anchored in my presence. There are things you look at each day that drain your peace. Worries about the future, mistakes from the past, people who don't understand your journey. I want you to know, you are not meant to carry the weight of what you cannot change. Your job is to look up. My job is to lead you through. When you fix your gaze on me, I will take care of what you cannot see. Sometimes I let darkness surround you, not to punish you, but to teach you that even in the dark, my light is enough. When the night feels endless, look closer. You'll see small lights flickering around you. Kindness, grace, love, hope. Those are my fingerprints. I place them in your path so that even when you feel lost, you will still know I am near. Don't let the world train your eyes to see only what's wrong. Let faith train them to see what's still right. There's always something to be grateful for. The air you breathe, the strength you have left, the sunrise that keeps coming even after the longest night. Gratitude is another way of fixing your eyes on the light. When you thank me for small things, you invite me to reveal bigger ones. The enemy wants your eyes to be filled with fear because fear blinds you to my work. But love, my love, restores your sight. Love lets you see possibility where others see endings, beauty where others see ruin, and purpose where others see pain. That's why I keep whispering, look at me, not because I'm desperate for attention, but because I know where your eyes rest, your peace rests too. You might ask, Lord, how do I keep my eyes on you when everything around me demands my attention? And I answer softly by coming back to me again and again. You won't always do it perfectly. Sometimes your gaze will drift. Sometimes you'll look at the storm longer than you should. But that's okay, because every time you look back to me, I'm still right here, waiting, steady, unchanging. My light never moved, only your eyes did. My beloved, you don't have to chase the light. You just have to turn toward it. Even a tiny flicker of faith can break through the heaviest night. The smallest prayer, the quietest help me, the simplest act of trust, all of these are steps back into the light. And as you keep your eyes on me, I will guide you out of the shadows, one heartbeat at a time. So today, when the worries come and they will pause and look up, when you feel lost, whisper my name. When you are afraid, remember, the light you look to is not far away. It is within you, because where my spirit lives, darkness can never stay. Keep your eyes on the light, my child. It will never lead you astray. And remember, I am that light. I am your beginning and your end, your sunrise and your steady flame. As long as you look to me, you will always find your way home. My beloved child, now that your eyes have learned to rest on the light, I want to teach you something that many hearts struggle to accept: how to find peace while you wait. Waiting is one of the hardest lessons of faith because it tests what you believe when nothing seems to change. Yet waiting is not a punishment. It is one of my most sacred classrooms. I know how much you long for answers. You pray, you hope, you look at the calendar, and you wonder, Lord, when? You think peace will come when I finally say yes, but peace is born when you trust me, even while I say not yet. What you call delay, I call preparation. I am not withholding something from you. I am preparing something for you and preparing you for it. When I make you wait, I am not being silent. I am being specific. I am arranging the details, shaping the timing, softening hearts, opening paths, and removing what doesn't belong in your story. I see the full picture, the one you cannot see. Every closed door, every unanswered prayer, every quiet night, they are threads in a tapestry you will one day understand. You often think that waiting means nothing is happening, but my child, waiting is where miracles are. Seeds grow in silence, not in noise. Babies form in the dark before they are born into light. Strength is built when resistance lasts longer than comfort. Do not despise your waiting season. It is sacred ground where faith deepens and roots grow. You pray, Lord, move faster, but sometimes I am slowing you down because rushing would ruin what I am creating. You say, Lord, I feel forgotten, but I whisper, if you only knew how closely I'm holding you right now. I am not the God of hurry. I am the God of harmony. I don't just want to get you to your destination. I want you to arrive healed, prepared, and ready to stay there. When you wait with me, time is not wasted, it's transformed. Every moment becomes a step toward purpose. Waiting builds patience, and patience builds wisdom. It teaches you to see beyond your emotions and listen to my quiet voice. When you stop demanding answers, you start hearing direction. That's where peace begins. Not in knowing the future, but in trusting the one who already holds it. Do not compare your waiting to someone else's breakthrough. Each story unfolds differently. You see other people celebrating and you wonder why your turn hasn't come yet. But child, what I have for you is not delayed, it's designed. The blessings that belong to you will arrive in their time, in their season, and no one can take them from your hands. My timing is not slow, it's sacred. Remember this, a waiting heart is not an abandoned one. When you think I am silent, I am actually speaking through stillness. When you think I've stopped working, I'm working most carefully. You may not see progress, but I see growth, the kind that happens deep inside where no eyes can see. I am building something in you that cannot be shaken when the blessing finally comes. I know the waiting can make you feel restless. The nights feel longer, the silence feels louder. The mind starts to question, did I hear God right? Did I miss something? But listen, my child, you didn't miss me. You are not off track. You are exactly where you need to be for your faith to become unshakable. Waiting refines your vision. It separates what you want from what you need. It purifies your motives until your prayer becomes, Lord, not my will, but yours. So what should you do while you wait? Don't freeze. Live. Love the people around you. Be kind to yourself. Be faithful with what I've already given you. Grow where I've planted you. Learn, rest, and breathe. Waiting is not sitting still. It is walking with me at my pace. Every sunrise you see is proof that my promises still stand. And when impatience tries to take over, remember this: peace is not the absence of waiting, it is the presence of trust. I have never broken a promise, and I will not start with you. Every word I have spoken over your life is still alive, still working, still on its way. So breathe again, my beloved. Let the pressure fall away. You don't need to force what I'm already forming. Your waiting is not wasted time, it's holy time. I am shaping your story with precision and care. The moment you stop fighting the wait, you will begin to feel my peace, the peace that says, even here, even now, God is working. Lift your eyes to the horizon. The dawn is closer than you think. And when it finally comes, you will understand why the night had to last this long. You will see that I was never late. I was simply waiting for the perfect moment to reveal what I've been preparing all along. My beloved child, now that you've learned to wait with peace, I want to take you somewhere deeper into the quiet place where healing begins. This is where I touch what no one else can see, where I mend the wounds you've learned to live with, and where I turn pain into purpose. Healing is not only about fixing what is broken, it is about revealing what was always whole inside you, the part of you that still belongs entirely to me. You've carried many things in your heart, memories that still sting, words that still echo, losses that still ache when you least expect them. I see how heavy it feels. You smile for the world, but inside there are corners of your heart that remain unspoken, unseen. You wonder if they will ever stop hurting. And I say to you gently now, yes, they will, because I am the healer of hidden things. You don't have to pretend with me. You don't have to hide the parts of you that still bleed. I don't flinch when I see your pain. I move closer. When others grow tired of hearing the same story, I listen again and again, because I know that healing doesn't happen in a single moment. It happens in layers. Each tear you've cried has watered the soil of restoration. Each breath you've taken in the middle of heartbreak has been a prayer I've heard. My healing does not come to erase your story, but to rewrite its ending. I do not remove the scars, I redeem them. Every scar becomes a testimony that says, I survived because God stayed. You see, I never promised that life would be free from pain, but I did promise that no pain would ever be wasted. Everything you've walked through, even the moments that broke you, are being shaped into something sacred. Sometimes my healing feels like breaking. Sometimes I reopen old wounds so that they can heal properly. You think it's cruelty, but it's care. I will never wound you without purpose, and I will never expose your pain without the intention to restore it. There are things buried deep in your heart, bitterness, guilt, resentment, that must be released before peace can grow. So I touch those places not to hurt you, but to free you. I know it's hard to let go of pain that became familiar. You've held it for so long that it feels like a part of who you are. But pain is not your identity. I am. You are not what happened to you. You are what I am doing within you right now. Healing begins when you stop identifying with your wound and start identifying with my love. Let me in, my child. Let me into the corners you've locked away. Let me hold what you've been afraid to face. Healing does not happen when you push away your pain. It happens when you invite me into it. My hands are gentle. My timing is patient. My love is deeper than your sorrow. I will sit with you in the dark until the light returns. There are people who have hurt you and never apologized. Words that were spoken that you never deserved to hear. Relationships that ended without closure. I know it all. I was there when you were misunderstood, when you were betrayed, when your kindness was taken for granted. Every injustice that wounded your spirit has been recorded in my heart. But hear me now. Forgiveness is not about letting them win. It's about letting me heal you. When you forgive, you are not saying what they did was right. You are saying that their actions will no longer control your peace. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means being free. I want that freedom for you. I want to take the bitterness out of your chest and replace it with compassion. I want to turn the memory that once made you cry into one that makes you stronger. That is what my healing does. It transforms pain into power and sorrow into wisdom. You have asked me, Lord, why did I have to go through that? And though you may not understand yet, one day you will see that your pain became the doorway for deeper empathy, for greater love. The same heart that once broke will one day comfort others who feel the same. You will become a vessel of healing, not because you avoided suffering, but because you survived it with me beside you. So, my child, do not rush this process. True healing cannot be forced. It happens slowly, quietly, sometimes painfully, but always beautifully. Let yourself feel again. Cry if you need to. Rest if you must. Don't hide the tears that fall when no one is watching. Every tear that drops is a seed of hope I'm planting in your soul. One day it will bloom into peace. And as you heal, you'll notice something changing. The ache that used to define you will fade into gratitude. The anger will lose its power. The fear will lose its voice. You'll wake up one morning, breathe deeply, and realize that your heart feels lighter. That is me. That is healing. You are not broken beyond repair. You are being rebuilt into something stronger, softer, more compassionate than before. And when you finally look back on this season, you will see that I was never just healing your pain. I was shaping your heart to love deeper, to forgive quicker, and to live freer. Let this be your prayer today, Lord. Heal what I can't see and touch what I can't reach, and I promise you I will, because I never stop working on the hearts that trust me, and my beloved, yours is one of them. My beloved child, now that your heart has begun to heal and breathe again, I want to show you something precious, the strength that is born in the valley. Because even though the mountaintops are beautiful, it's in the valleys that you learn who I really am and who you really are in me. The valley is where faith becomes real. It's where the songs of hope you once sang in comfort become prayers of survival whispered in the dark. And it's in that whisper that I draw near. You see, anyone can praise when the sky is clear, but it's when the clouds gather that praise becomes power. When you lift your eyes to me through tears, that's when heaven listens most closely. I know the valley feels lonely. I know you sometimes wonder if you'll ever see the sunlight again. But hear me, my child, I do some of my best work in the dark places. Seeds don't grow on mountaintops. They grow deep in the valley soil, hidden and unseen, watered by tears and faith. When you walk through a valley, it doesn't mean you've done something wrong. It means I am leading you somewhere deeper. Valleys are not signs of abandonment. They are invitations to intimacy. You may not feel strong there, but strength is not the absence of weakness. It's the choice to keep walking even when you feel weak. And every step you take in faith becomes a declaration. I will not give up, for God walks with me. I know there are moments when you want to quit. The silence feels heavy. The prayers seem unanswered. The road feels endless. But do you remember what my word says? Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Notice the word through. You are walking through the valley, not living in it. It will not last forever. This is not your final destination. It's a passage to something greater. In the valley, you learn dependence. You stop relying on your own strength and start leaning on mine. You learn that when everything else is stripped away, the comfort, the certainty, the control, my presence remains. I never promised to spare you from valleys, but I did promise to walk through them beside you. I'm not watching from a distance. I'm walking step by step, holding your hand, matching your pace. When you stumble, I steady you. When you fall, I lift you. When you weep, I catch every tear. There are lessons only pain can teach and blessings that only brokenness can reveal. In the valley, you learn compassion, the kind that allows you to feel others' pain because you've felt your own. You learn humility, the kind that understands that life's strength is not found in pride but in surrender. You learn endurance, the kind that keeps you walking when the way forward looks impossible. And you will come to see that the valley, though dark, is holy ground, because it's there that I strip away the noise, the distractions, the illusions of control, and I whisper truths that you could not have heard anywhere else. I whisper, you are not alone. You never were. You never will be. My presence is not louder in the light, it is simply easier to notice in the dark. When you walk through seasons of pain, don't ask me only to take you out of them. Ask me to meet you inside them, because when I am with you in the valley, it changes everything. The shadows lose their power. Fear loses its voice. Hope becomes a heartbeat that will not die, no matter how long the night lasts. And my child, hear this. You are stronger than you think. The valley doesn't just reveal your weakness. It reveals the strength I've already placed inside you. The same power that raised my son from the grave lives within you. That means no valley can destroy you. You may bend under the weight, but you will not break. You may cry, but you will rise again. You may feel small, but in my eyes, you are mighty. One day when you look back, you will see that the valley was not meant to bury you, but to build you. It was shaping the strength you needed for the mountain that waits ahead. Every hardship, every disappointment, every unanswered prayer, all of it was training your heart to trust me deeper, to see my hand clearer, to love more fiercely. So when the shadows fall, lift your head and whisper, God, I know you are here, because I am, always. I am the steady voice in your storm, the quiet strength beneath your pain, the hope that won't let go of you. I am the same God in the valley as I am on the mountaintop. My goodness does not depend on your circumstances. It depends on my character, and I do not change. Hold on, my child, keep walking. The valley will not last forever, but the strength you gain here will. And when you rise from this place, and you will not be the same. You will be wiser, softer, and stronger, carrying a light that no darkness can ever put out. You will realize that the valley was never just a place of suffering. It was where you learned that I was enough. And that, my beloved, is the kind of strength that can carry you through anything. My beloved child, now that you have walked through the valley and found your strength in me, I want to bring you to the greatest truth of all. You are led by my love. Everything you have lived, every tear, every prayer, every silent night, every moment that seemed unclear, all of it has been guided by a love that has never failed, never left, and never will. Love is not just something I give, it is who I am. It is the force that holds creation together, the breath that wakes the morning, the whisper that calms your soul. And it is the same love that has carried you from the beginning of your story until this very moment. You may not always have understood my ways, but if you could see from my view, you would see that love has always been leading you, even through pain, even through loss, even through the storms that once made you question if I was still near. I know how hard it is for you to trust that everything is working for good when so much seems uncertain. But my child, my love is not weak or temporary. It does not depend on your behavior, your success, or your ability to stay strong. My love is constant, eternal, unbreakable. It stays when everyone else leaves. It holds you when your world falls apart. It waits when you wander. It welcomes you home every single time. When you walk in this world, you will see many forms of love. Conditional, selfish, fragile. But my love is different. It doesn't come and go. It doesn't change with circumstances. It doesn't fade with time. It is patient when you are restless. It is kind when you are harsh with yourself. It is faithful when you're afraid. My love doesn't ask you to earn it, it simply asks you to receive it. There were times when you thought I was silent, when you thought I had forgotten your prayers. But silence is not absence. It is love at work in the unseen. My love speaks in the quiet, moves in the waiting, and acts in ways that you will only understand later. Sometimes love says go, sometimes it says wait, and sometimes it says no, but every answer is wrapped in mercy. Even my no is an act of protection. Look back for a moment. See the road behind you, the moments that hurt, the places where you fell, the people who left. And now see how far you've come. You survived what once seemed impossible. You healed from what you thought would break you forever. That was my love. You were never walking alone. Every breath you take, every sunrise that greets you, every new chance that meets you each morning, that is my love reminding you that your story isn't over. You sometimes wonder, Lord, why do you love me so much? And my answer is simple, because you are mine. I created you with intention, not accident. I know the number of hairs on your head and the shape of every thought before it reaches your tongue. I see both your flaws and your beauty, and I call you good. My love does not look at you through the lens of your mistakes. It looks through the lens of redemption. The cross was proof that my love for you has no limit, that I would rather die than be without you. Let my love guide you now, not fear, not pressure, not the opinions of others. Let love lead every decision, every word, every step. When you feel lost, ask yourself, what would love do? Because where love leads, peace follows. Where love walks, grace flows. When you are led by love, you start to see others through my eyes, not as enemies or strangers, but as souls worthy of compassion. You begin to forgive easier, to speak softer, to listen longer. You start to live from a place of peace, not panic. My love is not a feeling that comes and goes. It is a direction. It leads you toward kindness when anger tempts you, toward hope when despair calls your name, toward light when darkness tries to pull you in. If you let it, love will be your compass, steady, clear, eternal. It will teach you how to live with open hands and an open heart, trusting that whatever you release into my care will return to you better, fuller, and whole. When you follow my love, you will find that every step begins to align with purpose. You will stop striving to be perfect and start resting in being loved. You will learn that you don't need to have all the answers because love itself is the answer. And love, my love, will never let you go. So today, as the light of morning touches your skin, pause and whisper, Lord, lead me with love. Let those words become the rhythm of your day. When the world feels loud, return to them. When fear rises, speak them again. And you will find that love, like a river, will carry you exactly where you need to go, gently, patiently, faithfully. Remember this, my child, I didn't just save you with love, I sustain you with it. Love is your foundation, your guide, your strength, and your forever home. Wherever you go, whatever you face, you walk wrapped in it. So keep walking, not with worry, but with wonder. Keep loving, not because life is perfect, but because I am present. And let every step you take be a reflection of this truth, that you are led by love, and love will always lead you back to me. My beloved child, now that you've walked this journey with me through surrender, healing, strength, and love, rest for a moment in my presence. Feel the calm wrapping around you. That peace you sense right now is me. You were never alone. Every tear you cried, I caught. Every silence you endured, I filled with my grace. Even when you couldn't see me, I was there, guiding, protecting, and loving you through it all. I do not see your flaws, I see your heart. You are not your past, you are my promise. My love for you has no conditions, no expiration, no limit. It covers you like light that never fades. So as you step into the day ahead, breathe gently and remember, you don't walk alone. I am beside you in every step, within every breath, and beyond every fear. Rest in this truth. You are loved, safe, and never forgotten. And when the night comes, whisper this prayer: I am in your hands, Lord. And that is enough. Leave your amen in the comments and your like so that your life may be even more blessed.